Yo, what's up, guys? I think I'm live. Yes, I'm live. Okay. Yo, what's up? What's up? Hey, Abdul, how we doing, man? Um, Far out. What a crazy morning. I literally just woke up. All right, I woke up about an hour ago, about half an hour ago. I did my stretches, slowly getting into work, and I'm like, whoa! Just turned on Twitter and Binance acquires FTX. Insane. What's going on, guys? Give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to quickly share this stream on my YouTube, on my Twitter. All right, and then I'll be with you, right? Um, Crazy. Like, man, I swear, every morning I come to check. I come to do work, and my work in the mornings has a lot to do with social media. And the moment I on social media, I'm just like carried away, with madness. Going live. Alright, just sharing this right now. 35 minutes. Three days, guys. 3 days in a row we've done streaming. I'm happy about that. Alright. Alright, what's going on? Good to see you all. Crazy times, what can I say? Woke up, yeah, like about a half an hour ago, and woke up to FTX getting acquired by Binance. Actually, I went to CoinMarketCap, and my desktop last night I was checking the FTX price, and this morning the first thing I on was my laptop slash my desktop actually, and straight away I see $4.20 FTX. I'm pretty sure it was like $20 yesterday. Crazy. Gas has been insane all day. Why is that? NFT addiction, what's going on? Fraser, good morning, good morning, good morning, Maddie, says Andrew, good morning. Wow. I swear, every day it's crazy. And I was before this getting into Roblox, right? I was looking at a Roblox fashion report, which I thought was super interesting to start to share. And then yeah, I got carried away with the FTX stuff. So you guys will have to school me a little bit on what's been going on with FTX. I just literally woke up to a $4 price, and an acquisition tweet by CZ, which is insane. Philo, what's going on? Thanks for doing this. Good morning. King, Joseph, Stats, Magic Man. Good morning from Los Angeles. Some of you guys may be here for the first time. 25 concurrent viewers. Good to see you all. Look, I've been doing this for 3 days straight. It's going to be streams daily about the NFT industry. Disclaimer. Every now and then, my internet just craps itself. So if I disconnect, just know that I'll be back in like 2 minutes or a minute. So just hang in there with me. If I disconnect and people are freaking out in chats, please let them know that I'll be back in a minute. All right. Well, yesterday, I just totally rugged, and it was 35 minutes past, so I just decided to keep it rugged. But yeah, my internet's just been on and off lately. But hopefully, it's going to be good for the next 35 minutes. All right. Let's get into it, guys. We'll go back and forth with you guys a little bit. Let me talk about what I've been sort of reading up about today. I actually just on the computer about an hour ago. But before that, last night, I was looking through some stuff. So let's go through some interesting things that's been going on. All right. Let me open it up first, actually. Roblox. All right. All right. Do Kwon re-emerged on a last minute up only stream. Bruh, I'm like, I'm trying to go through my content, and then now I'm distracted. So I gotta my brain has to relax a little bit. Hit your quota, no foul. Don't get burned out doing so many streams, says Magic Man. I like this sage advice over here. Finding a good balance does good for your mental health. Thank you, Magic Man. That is a beautiful comment. I'm gonna go through Roblox, but before that, I do want to just touch upon just some reflections, all right? Some reflections about being an NFT influencer, you can say, over the last 4 years. So 4 years ago, guys, I got into the NFT industry, and out of pure joy and fun, I was just buying and selling virtual land. You know, I just had like no followers on Twitter, no followers on YouTube, just doing my thing. And then on Discord, I would share my strategies. And then people were like, hey, Matty, you should start a YouTube. Started a YouTube. Hey, Matty, you should start a Twitter. Started a Twitter. Started to talk a little bit about virtual land trading. And suddenly, in the next year or two, I started to grow a Twitter audience and a YouTube audience. 2021, everything blew up. Got 100,000 Twitter followers plus. YouTube's going crazy. Twitter's going crazy. The whole space is going crazy. And I do want to reflect upon this a little bit before we jump into what's on the screen. But being an influencer or someone who's social heavy, it is taxing on the mind. It's a lot of fun because you do have a lot of influence and power, and you can start conversations, and you can, you know, meet a lot of people, and your network is super cool. But holy crap, it is like the decision fatigue you go through just being on top of this, just answering DMs nonstop, literally mentally taxing after a while. So yeah, it was a nice quote, a nice comment here from Magic Man, kind of reminding me to you know, balance this out a little bit. Last year I did streams for about 3 months straight. So I'll tell you what I'm doing, Magic Man, to you know, make sure I'm balancing this out. The streams are daily. They're gonna go Monday to Friday. Instead of committing forever, I've committed to do streams for the next 2 weeks. They're going to go for 35 minutes only, all right? They're going for 35 minutes only. So before, when I do streaming, I wouldn't stop. I'd sometimes go for an hour and 30, and it'd be so draining. And after that, I'd have to go run Medikey, which has 30 people working there, and do a lot of, you know, I run a fund as well, and social and content and stuff like that. But these streams are only 35 minutes. I'm going to try to be straight to the point, go back and forth with you guys a little bit. But a 35-minute check, I think, is good for everyone because it's late for UK, it's late for US, it's early for Australian. I don't know if people have an hour and a half, right? What do you guys think? Like, do people have an hour and a half to go through content? Like, do you guys actually stick around for an hour and a half? In my opinion, people stick around for 30 minutes. I personally, even on Twitter Spaces, can only handle 5 minutes of Twitter Spaces. Like, for me, Twitter Spaces is like, I don't know, I lose brain cells when I go to Twitter Spaces. I appreciate and respect those that run it. I think they're freaking entertaining, but it's the same stuff. Like, I feel like people talk about the same thing. They talk about a new collection, something a founder is going through. And I understand like people might need some talking space, but for me, like, I don't go to Twitter Spaces because, like, unless there's something new and interesting and exciting, I personally cannot stick around in Twitter Spaces. I don't know what's wrong with me. Either there's something wrong with me, or like it's everyone's feeling the same. But anyway, Twitter Spaces, people are killing it with Twitter Spaces. Go for it. But yeah, that's just me. 1 hour of my content, 30 minutes of answering questions. You say, all right, let's go with 35 minutes for these 2 weeks, and we'll revisit the whole thing after 35 minutes, right? So again, the next 2 weeks is going to be me doing streams daily for 35 minutes, Monday to Friday. And let's revisit everything. All right. I really want to read your comments, guys, and keep talking with you, but I got to go through content. So let's do content for 10 minutes. Let's do content for 10 minutes. I'm gonna come right back at you guys and talk content, talk your comments, and do a bit of not Q&A. It's really just talking with you guys. I do appreciate talking with you people. Like, it does help my mind a lot. All right. Insights from our 2022 Metaverse Fashion Trend Report. So Roblox, the virtual world giant, along with Fortnite, released a report, 2022 Metaverse Fashion Trends. Super interesting, all right? This was released on November 1st, so it's not a new report. In fact, it's been around for a while. The whole report is somewhere here. Here. So if you want to read the report, you can go to, you know, Roblox report. Just search Roblox Metaverse Fashion Report, and you can download the whole report. But they summarize it in a blog post on Roblox. And this is quite interesting. I actually might sign up to their regular blog post, because companies that are building and investigating digital movements of what people buy and sell and react, they know what's going on, right? They're so ahead of the game. It's just incredible. Like, you got Decentraland and the Sandbox. They're probably doing really well in terms of people buying land and NFTs, etc. But they don't have a user base that they can read movements of. Roblox and Fortnite do. They know the exact trends that are going on in the digital economy. Anyway, couple of really interesting facts. Check this out, right? This line blew me away. In 2022 alone, it's been about 10 months. Actually, we're in the 11th month of 2022. 21 days till the new year. Christ. More than 11.5 million creators designed over 62 million virtual clothing and accessories items on Roblox. So more than 11.5 million creators, people, maybe AI, I don't know, people, robots, made digital fashion items. These creators dressed millions of people all over the world and impact how they express themselves both in the digital and physical worlds. To put that into context, that's 200 times as many creators designing clothing and accessories on Roblox as the estimated number of fashion designers creating physical collections in the whole of the United freaking States. 11.5 million creators, that's 2 times the size of Melbourne. That's how many people are creating items in Roblox. So that's not the people that are just hanging around playing games. That's actual creators, right? And Roblox is going on with nothing to do with NFTs, nothing to do with blockchain. It sort of puts everything into perspective. Quite interesting. There's more stats here that are super interesting. Gucci, Burberry, Tommy Hilfiger, NARS, a bunch of different fashion labels coming in and experimenting with digital fashion in Roblox. Self-expression and inclusivity in digital fashion is essential for Gen Z. Couple of stats here. Another interesting stat somewhere over here says nearly 3 in 4 Gen Zs say they spend on digital fashion. So 75% plus of Gen Z, which are I think people under 25, spend on digital fashion. Now that's pretty in line. So if you look at Fortnite earned in 2021, Fortnite earned 5.8 billion US dollars. I'm pretty sure that's predominantly, if not all, just Fortnite skins, just how you want to look, right? There we go. So among those that say they spend money on digital fashion, 31% of users said they typically spend up to $5 per month, and 30% said up to $10 to $20 a month, while 12% will spend $50 to $100 a month. Over 1 in 4 say they spend anywhere from $20 to over $100 on a single virtual item. 1 in 4, so about 25%. 12% of people are regular buyers of digital goods. So if you look at that and you look at the NFT industry, where look at this, look at the NFT industry, right? The NFT industry. So if you open up OpenSea, and then you open up Decentraland wearables, there's been, look at this shit, right? Look at this. I should not say that word. I might get deleted off YouTube. 40,000 Ethereum worth of volume has exchanged hands in Decentraland on digital items. Just masks and hats and stuff. 40,000 ETH is 60 million US dollars in today's value. Back when this was happening, I don't think people were spending, $1,000 plus per ETH. I think they were spending about $300 to $500 per ETH. So still like 20 to 30 million US dollars being spent on wearables. And Decentraland has like a microscopic amount of users compared to Roblox. So everything's sort of pointing to digital fashion, right? Everything's pointing to digital fashion. I honestly think, and I haven't invested that heavily in digital fashion. A little bit of alpha, okay? I don't know if this is alpha or not, okay? This is just what Matty's doing and has done. Actually, I haven't even done this, so you can front run me with this if you want. Maybe I have a few. I should double check. I don't know. If I did buy it, it would have been a long time ago. But I think digital fashion items of brands, if a fashion goes big in the metaverse and they go on to build many NFTs and do many digital item clothing drops, I think their Decentraland wearables, or the wearables that they dropped the first time ever, and in many instances that's Decentraland or crypto voxels, they will go on to have a lot of value. And I say that because for example, there's Artifact Studio. Artifact released this back in the day when they weren't as big. There's like you know, Akira hoodies. There's all kinds of Artifact shoes. These are from the official. These are official Artifact wearables, and they're selling for like 0.02 ETH, which is, I don't even know how much. I think that's like $100, $50 or something, right? So if digital fashion becomes a big thing and some of these brands go on to be huge, then I don't see why not. Just like how everyone's running back, you know, when the NFT industry has been around for 5-6 years, the OG NFTs that exist on Bitcoin chain and like all of these, you know, Counterparty and all of these things that people are running back to and buying, and there's like a market for that now, right? Just the other day there was a rare Pepe sale for 95 Ethereum. Or 100 Ethereum was $150,000, and that's on Bitcoin chain. So people do collect stuff and look, and they do wind the clock back to the earliest wearables ever. If digital fashion is going to be a big thing, if Ferocious is going to be a big deal, like Ferocious early shoes. So like these shoes here were given for free for those that bought the Ferocious physical shoes. And like the cheapest shoes, the cheapest digital shoe now for Ferocious is 0.38 Ethereum. And this was given for free. So like, I mean, it's only been a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So in 10 years, if digital fashion becomes a big deal, I truly feel like these might be a thing. I don't know. I just see the trajectory going that way, right? I own, like, disclaimer, I own like 25 of these because I bought these back in the day. I bought the physical shoe, which came with the wearable, with the digital shoe. But these are the legendary ones. So let's go to the activity and see if there has been any sales of these. So there's two, for those that don't know, there's two different Decentraland wearable collections. There's the ones on Polygon, and then there's the one on non-Polygon, which is the first one, which they used to mint these on official Ethereum, but then gas fees went nuts, and then they started to mint on Polygon. So creators didn't have to pay, you know, thousands of dollars of fees to mint on Polygon. So that's why there's more here, but the volume is more on the Ethereum collection. But you know, these are the ones which have a lot of the creators that created something. So let's see if there were any, like if any, you know, here's another piece of alpha, right? If any of these early fashion designers, whoever these are, go on to become like a household fashion name in the digital world, maybe they go to Roblox and become popular on Roblox or whatever it is, then their early items, again, on Decentraland or even on Crypto Voxels or anywhere that they've ever released wearables for the first time, will probably go on to get be valuable, right? I can't even see when the last time a Ferocious was sold. An Artifact and a Paris Hilton pants were sold for $180. That was 2 weeks ago. So there is some sort of a market. Let's see. What's this? What's that? Box Bunny Beanie Edition. Okay, I can't hang around here too much, or else I'm gonna start going past the 35 minutes. Look, MetaMask beanies. So MetaMask released their wearables for the very first time. They released their wearables on Decentraland. So I don't know. I just feel like whoever's gonna be a big deal with digital fashion, no matter which virtual world they go to, their first NFT they've ever released will go on to have value. So wherever that is, I think, you know, in this Decentraland has a good chance of finding many of them. Look at this. Someone's come in 4 weeks ago and sweeped a bunch of MetaMask beanies. Interesting. Was that more artifact stuff being sold here? No, that's Wonder Zone. All right. I'm spending too much time here. But yeah, I think digital fashion might be a big deal, right? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? If millions of people start to... The thing is, like, the Robloxes and the Fortnites, although those economies are in the billions of dollars and there's hundreds of millions of people playing those games, no one gives a crap about NFTs. But if they ever do, and if fashion ever does become an NFT thing, then this whole, like, everything is going to blow up, right? Everything's going to blow up. All right, let's keep going, guys. Hey, another cool thing I wanted to share with you guys is Twitter Blue. So I signed up to Twitter Blue yesterday. I just remembered after signing up that like a year ago I had actually tested it before, but I signed up and there's a bunch of different features I get now, right? So there's like oops, If you go to more, yeah, maybe not more. You go to top articles. So I get this top articles tab, which is pretty cool. It shows me the top tweets from people that I follow. But that's not all, right? Because sometimes I don't follow many people. I follow like 180 people. But it gives me this. It gives me the top tweets of the people my followers follow. So that's where I found FTX trending, and then I'm like, okay, cool. This is trending, and then I can read about all of these comments without clicking on the tweets. And again, you notice that I don't see any likes or tweets or retweets. That is because I have disabled the count, right? So I've got a demetricator plugin that disables the count number. What else I got? So yeah, there's all these interesting things. So normally what I do is jump on here and take a look at all of this stuff an hour before I start streaming, but I sort of got to my stream a bit late. Anyway, FTX. Someone tell me what is going down with FTX. So FTX, I literally woke up to this. I woke up to this. It was down to $4.80 for an FTX. And that's insane because yesterday I remember going to sleep or checking for the last time, and I didn't see it go down to $10. It was actually during the working hours of 4 p.m. I looked at it. Oh, that's the AM. So at 3:40 a.m., the last 24 hours. So at 3:40 a.m., it went from $18 over the next 3 hours. It went down to $3.10. Crazy. I literally remember last night. Yeah, last night it was like $20. $20 last night. $20 US. So it seems like CZ has acquired FTX. That's crazy to me. So let's just read up about this a little bit. He's going, this afternoon, FTX asked for our help. There is significant liquidity crunch. To protect users, we signed a non-binding LOI, letter of intent. Took me a while to get that. Intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting a full DD in the coming days. That is just, oh man, I don't even know what to say. Here's this one over here. Hey all, I have a few announcements to make. Things have come full circle, and FTX.com's first and last investors are the same. We have come to an agreement on a strategic transaction with Binance for FTX. Our teams are working on clearing out the withdrawal backlog as is. This will clear out liquidity crunches. All assets will be covered one-to-one. This is one of the main reasons we've asked Binance to come in. It may take a bit to settle, etc. We apologize for that. But the important thing is that customers are protected. A huge thank you to CZ, Binance, and all of our supporters. This is a user-centric development that benefits the entire industry. CZ has done and will continue to do so. Blah, blah, blah. I know that there have been rumors in media of conflict between our two exchanges. However, Binance have shown time and time again they are committed, blah, 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 blah. This is what happened. CZ knew he had Sam by the balls. CZ asked to acquire FTX. Sam said, F you. CZ said, I have leverage. Sam said again, F you. CZ said, hold my beer, and ran to Twitter. FTX bank run occurred. Sam crawled back to CZ and said, yes, Daddy, CZ wins. That's pretty funny. Did your competitor just become your savior? All right. Before this, I think everyone was pulling the liquidity out of the FTT. So they're a stable dollar that FTX had FTT. People were pulling their funds, selling their FTX. Suddenly, that stable dollar that they had was not as stable, and people were losing faith in FTX. And then there was all this FUD on Twitter, and one thing led to another, and boom, FTX gets acquired. Why this is insane is because, like, you know, SBF has been around for years. And I just remember him, I don't know, like start of this year sometime, he released this thing with Nas Daily called The Most Generous Billionaire.
Okay, the guy you see next to me is the most...
I don't know if you guys saw this, but it was like a segment on SBF having FTX, being a billionaire, being part of this space. It's just crazy how quickly things can shift, no matter how rich wealthy or established your platform is, one thing, and it's like boom, a different thing. And even OpenSea, right? OpenSea for a very long time has been the #1 NFT marketplace. With this royalty fees thing, they put out their stance, and they said, you know, we're gonna give creators the option to blacklist any marketplaces that don't honor NFT royalties for previous collections. And I haven't read this clearly, and I really should. But for previous collections, either they're going to remove royalties for the creators, or allow us to put them back in on our terms. But everyone's just went crazy on Twitter again about OpenSea and their stance, and people were saying that they're removing royalties for creators and artists, and like it's crazy, right? I cannot imagine the PR arm in OpenSea, how stressful it would be. But and before this, there was that other fund, right? So like there was another fund that went belly up. There was Luna that went up. So Luna, 3 Arrows Capital. 3 Arrows Capital just went, they filed for bankruptcy, I believe, after the collapse of Luna. So they were over leveraged on Luna. Luna collapses, 3 Arrows Capital collapses. A lot of people that had funds in 3 Arrows Capital probably have collapsed. Crazy, because again, like a year or two ago, these were giants in the space. How quickly things change here, I think definitely for everyone. I mean, for the giants, it's risky, it's scary, but for any creator that's starting off new, any founder, anyone that's starting off from ground level, it's clear that there's always opportunity in the space, right? Something falls, something blows up, new people come to the table. There's always something going on. Gordon seemed to have put his stance on the creator royalties things. I'm kind of sick of talking about creator royalties, to be honest. At the end of the day, I think people will pay whatever is easy. Like for me as a collector, as a buyer of an NFT, it doesn't really bother me too much if I have to pay 5% fees. As long as that means that I can use OpenSea and it's secure, and yeah, okay, the company that's selling this makes a bit of money. It doesn't really matter for those, but it probably does start to matter when you're transacting, $100,000 or $200,000, something really, really large. So that's when creator royalties will probably start to be avoided by many people. But it is important that, especially with artists, it does make a lot of sense to keep that strong. So I don't know. I don't really want to talk about royalties too much, because I just feel like it's just overwhelming when it comes to the talk on NFT Twitter, right? This is quite interesting here, and after this, it'll be 30 minutes. I'll quickly talk to you guys about a bit of back and forth. But breaking, the BitDAO community issued a proposal asking Alameda to provide the on-chain address of the tokens that promised not to be sold for 3 years. If there is no response within 24 hours, the community will decide what to do with their 3.3 million FTT. Now, that's interesting, because it was like, well, if they couldn't find the on-chain address, there was a bit of controversy. A lot of people were trying to hunt down the wallet addresses of FTX, and I guess these people were like, look, we're just going to dump it all if you can't provide and show us that you did not sell for 3 years, because that's what you promised to do. But hey, crypto Twitter is just all about this stuff. All right, guys, what's going on? Let's talk to you guys for a while. Can we just hire you to do our trades? Maybe. I actually do have a fund. Maybe I'll start a trading fund for NFT trading. How do I feel about the Artifact and Akira shoes? You mean the Decentraland wearables? You need to consider that most of the wearables are sold on Mana on their own marketplaces. Oh yeah, true. I mean, they are on Decentraland. They have their own marketplaces. I don't know, Artifact and Akira shoes. I think Akira, the term Akira is pretty OG. Like if you were in that 3-month window when Artifact were announcing CloneX, if CloneX goes on to become a big brand, then I think Akira branded things from Artifact will be worth a lot of money, because that was pre-CloneX, right? I always think about, when it comes to collecting, I always think about the story and where it started, pivotal moments. That always starts to become super important when brands become established, right? It's like, oh wow, that was like imagine if Coca-Cola was called like, I don't know, something else, right? And no one knew that, but the true collectors are the ones that will go and find that, and someone that's a billionaire will be like, look, that's what I want, and we'll splurge $1 million on it. So that's the hope when it comes to these digital items, right? When it comes to the collector demographic, the tier where people spend like crazy is the stuff that's really rare and scarce and pivotal and integral to the story of certain brands becoming a big deal. That's how, you know, I think, although it doesn't have any value because no one really respects, not many people frequent Decentraland, I think, and the digital fashion industry hasn't become a big, avatar industry has, digital fashion industry has not. I think the digital fashion industry is just like how art was back in the day. How the art industry, you know, people were just buying random art pieces here and there. Then the art industry blew up, and then people integral to that art story, like the X copies, right? They're the ones where it started to blow up for them. So they were like, you could have bought X copy art for like $100 back in the day, right? So imagine the person spending $100 back then. They would have been the same thinking. You would have thought, you know, art will be a big deal. X copies probably going to be a big name because she or they released quite early, or they were the first and very integral to the GIF NFT art movement. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, I mean, you've got to either be a leader or a follower. Followers, they kind of follow and lag behind those that find the gold. You kind of find crumbs as a follower. If you want to be a leader, you got to really kind of trust your gut. Look in spaces that aren't that well, that haven't blown up yet. They could be individual games, they could be individual niches or industries. And then you sort of dive in there and start to acquire things that, one, resonate with you, and two, trust your gut on the trajectory this may take. Art, X copy art sold for $5 and $15 even. Yeah, Syfy. Insane, right? Any thoughts on ADA NFTs? No. Look, I'm gonna be honest, guys. This ecosystem of NFTs has just become beyond. I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with ADA, Solana, Ethereum, IMX, Polygon. I just find select projects that I'm confident in, and then dive into those, and then search those ecosystems and try and understand as best as I can. But I'm happy to be taught. Maybe I need to interview someone on Solana NFTs and ADA NFTs, and they can teach me about what's going on. Geeks Gambit, what's going on? Good to see you. The thesis is pretty well tested. I don't think it's a stretch to extrapolate video game skins to future digital fashion. Both are about digital identity and self-expression. Yeah, totally agree, right? There's years of probably decades of people valuing digital fashion. One real example for me is good old RuneScape. Who remembers good old RuneScape? I remember going to RuneScape and wanting rune armor, right? Mithril rune, I think it's called rune. It was like adamantite, I don't know, but it was like the really rare armor, and the party hats, right? People were buying party hats, and they were like the ugliest looking things, but they were OG AF. And people were wearing them around, and if you had one, it was like, oh, holy shit, that's like a big deal. So that was, yeah, that was interesting. That was an interesting experiment to me to be part of. Like, you just want something cool to represent when you're among thousands of people around you. You want to be recognized. You want people to look at you and be like, oh wow, this person's got so and so, right? RuneScape and World of Warcraft, great examples. So yeah, I think digital fashion is going to be a big deal, and you got to ask yourself the question: has digital fashion in the metaverse or the NFT industry blown up yet? The answer is no, right? Avatars somewhat come under that, but you got your core avatar, but a lot of people have that as their investment, right? And they're maybe Bored Apes. Maybe there's a select few avatars that people will truly have as their identity. But I'm sure once you actually use these avatars in virtual worlds, if you do, some of these virtual worlds won't even accept as avatars, you would want to customize yourself with other items that are recognized within that community, right? So if an artist like Xcopy or someone comes in there and does an art drop and says, hey, look, here's my sandbox gauntlet that you can have. you would want to attach that gauntlet because it's an X copy one. But once people move that to that space, and the X copies start to release digital fashion clothing everywhere, it'd be really cool and interesting if there was X copy wearables in Decentraland. Like, you would imagine like some of these integral pivotal artists will go on to expand their NFT offering, right? Just to do more than what's in the space. Maybe make an X copy mask and stuff. Maybe I'll do it for Medikey owners. Might reach out to X copy. But yeah, I actually think it's super, super interesting about the wearables and all of this digital fashion industry. It boggles my mind. It's cheap. You can get stuff for $50. Like in the bear market, I feel like you can go out there and like this is a place that could have legs and make people a lot of money. Now I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong. Everyone could reject NFTs in digital fashion, but let's see what happens. Early Diablo as well. Geeks Gambit, definitely a gaming nerd. He played a lot of games just like me. I think we're all sort of really big into gaming, right? Love your work, Matty. Love you being a keymaster. Thanks, man. Or woman. Person. Nebula Trading, good to see you with your project. Can't wait to see what comes in the future. Thanks again. No problem. Hey guys, it's been Medikey for me has been my love. Like I've been working on that project for a long time. I've been doing a lot in the back end. So some things I can disclose that we haven't actually tweeted yet. I'll say it. Please don't tweet it. But we're actually working very closely with some of the largest consultancies in the world. So I'll just fucking name drop. But we've been working with KPMG. We've been working with KPMG and their clientele and their metaverse strategies. So that's just massive. Like I can't tell you the amount of projects coming in from that end and some of the stuff that will be going there. Like they've got access to like the Toyotas, you know, like the LVs, these massive brands that want to enter this space, and we're sort of helping them with the strategy and bring them here, right? So that's those networks, those deals, that communication, testing and showing them proof of concepts. They take months to show them, right? So that's just one. Like there's just so much going on. Anyway, there's NDAs in between like specific branches of KPMG, but I can say that we are working with KPMG. Yeah, so we'll have official announcements with them later on. Them and a couple of other consultancies that are also billion-dollar consultancies. I think these middlemen that have access. So how it works in the corporate world, right, is these sort of larger consultancies like the KPMGs, like the Deloittes, like the Ernst & Youngs and the PwCs. These guys, they strategically advise their clientele. And their clientele are like the Microsofts, the governments, the businesses that you see, the household names that you see today. Hey Jabba, what's going on? Those household names that you see today, they're worth billions of dollars, and they have tech consultants that advise them on what parts of technology they should be looking at, right? So like your Toyota would be like, look, we can't keep up with all the technological advancements, but an Ernst & Young or a KPMG will come up and be like, hey guys, this is what's going down in the metaverse. They'll do a presentation. They'll be like, this is what we can do for you guys. You can go build there. You can go sell NFT drops. You can do this and that and this and that. And then these consultancies will go and find partners and ecosystem partners to work with. So people like us that can actually do that work, that can actually connect them to a Web3 centric community, we become valuable. So if you guys noticed like a month or two ago, crap, it's 8:40 and I did say I was only going to do 35-minute streams. So I'll end with this. But if you guys remember, like a few months ago, I was tweeting, like, if you know stuff in the Web3 space, like if you can navigate Decentraland, you know what's going on in the sandbox, you can make sense of the NFT industry, you know how to download a MetaMask, like you're probably the average person in the NFT industry, but that whole package of beginner to getting started is so valuable that even some of the major consultancies are starting to figure this out, let alone their clientele, right? So plenty of opportunity, even though it's a bear market, networking, brands, all this stuff that's possible, that's happening in the back end. And Medikey is just one company. I'm sure many other companies are doing amazing work, but there's a lot happening. Right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of connective tissues being made. All right. Guys, I did say 35 minutes I will be doing these streams. It's been 41 minutes and I have to honor my time limits, or else I'm going to start to get drained from doing these streams again. But hey, thanks for coming in. If you guys ever see any pieces of news that you think I should check out, I'm actually going to make a content pool in the Medikey Discord and just throw it in there, guys, please, because I'll be going up. I'll be putting it up on stream. I'll be talking about it. Like, it's hard for me to come up with knowledge when it's the curation is like the biggest issue in the NFT industry right now. So yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow, exact same time, 40 minutes ago, 8 a.m. Melbourne time. It's 4 p.m. EST, 9 p.m. UK. We're going to keep doing this. All right. Take care, guys. Have fun.